Good afternoon and a warm welcome to everyone. We are back with another exciting episode of our Friday Tech Talk Show. I am Konika Sitaula and I'll be host for this show. Today we have our lead engineer, Mr. Shrestha, who has been an important part of our team contributing to our success. Today, Hem will be delivering a presentation on his journey to Kubernetes. Without any further delay, let's begin the show. I am handing over the mic to Mr. Shrestha now. Let's welcome him with a big round of applause.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Monica. And Hi, everyone. So I'm here for a journey to the Kubernetes. So, like, uh, introducing myself, I'm Shrestha, a lead software engineer working in very wide since last 4.5 years, having like total industry experience of like 13 plus years of experience. So without further delay, like, let's go with like actual agenda of like uh, today's so the agenda for the journey to the Kubernetes. So every journey starts with the student life. So we'll be going through the starting student life, and within the student life we'll discuss about like what actually motivates me for uh, going through the process of going as a developer, DevOps, and the Kubernetes engineer as of now. So, and then like further, we have a developer takeoff. So it means like how my development career took into like a larger scale, how I learned many things, what were these things that made me a actual developer at that time. And then came the another part for the networking interest, which was like due to my hobby project, like I was very much engaged on like devices and like Raspberry Pis. So using Raspberry Pis, I dived into my networking interest hobby, and like we'll be discussing some part of them as well over here. And then and then further, like we went through the DevOps. So we heard a lot about DevOps. So there was a hype for the DevOps. So what were the actual things that occurred uh, while going through like being a DevOps? So we will discuss about these things, and even we were like not fully actually like working as a DevOps. So we again heard a new terminology called Kubernetes. So what were the Kubernetes at that time? So what were my understanding? So what were my understanding on the Kubernetes? Like, we'll be discussing on that part, and like what are the Kubernetes now? It's what going on. So we'll be discussing on that part as well, and then furthermore, like as we are here in very wise working with Zero One Cloud for a lot of time, engaging with Kubernetes, we'll relate all these things related to Zero One Cloud, and we'll end the session. So yeah, these are like overall agendas that uh, we'll be discussing today. So now let's go to the student life. So my student life started like a uh, student life means like after the SE or SLC, like I joined like diploma, and then within that time, like we had uh, uh, I selected a career, I selected a subject as like uh, computer engineer diploma. So diploma in computer engineering. So while joining the diploma in computer engineering, we were like very much like new about the concept of like computer at that time. So and then we went through like researching about what thing is happening on like outer world related to computer. So there was a site called Yahoo. So Yahoo Mail and like Yahoo Messenger. So Yahoo Mail and Yahoo Messenger was like uh, one of like uh, not enough. It might be like only one uh, site and the chat platform at that time. And I was like influenced with like the mail at that time, and I just tried like how the messenger or like how the uh, Yahoo Mail works, and like uh, we found that it was due to like HTML script. So we started like I first started HTML script in 2006, and then after that, after we started with HTML. It was just a HTML static HTML portion, but we're not able to like find. I was always like like surprised or amazed, or like I was curious like how the messenger or like the mail works. So at one day we had a database class in my class as a student. So uh, like a teacher taught me a line called for like getting a user from database. Getting a user from database means it's just like select asterisk from user where email equals to email and password equals to password. So if we just query that that query in database, we'll get the exact query, and then we can do login for that user. So that was like the main motivations that I started from that, but still on. Like I was like more surprised. I tried to figure out like how after login, like how inbox and outbox worked. So for the inbox part, so the same query, I like played with those queries from my side, and I found that select asterisk from message where 2 equals to email gives all of the email message uh, that relates to me, that relates to my inbox. So this was my very like high motivation that motivates me to like go as a like developer. And then the another part was about outbox. So what about outbox? So it's just about select a message where from equals to email. So it was 2 equals to email and from equals to email. It was like more easier than the login portion had. So, so it becomes like more easier and easier for me to like debug it. And then with these like two kinds of motivation, I was able to like select my career as developer, which helped me a lot to like go through my developer life. And then as a project work, I started working with the internal project related to database, related to the management system, the library management system. This was like some of the snapshot that I did within my student life for like issuing book, returning book, entry books for the student. And I think like we will be discussing more about this slide. This is still live in one of my URL, so we'll be sharing those URL and in like part also. So now let's go to like another part, that is my developer career takeoffs. So now I started working as developer, but how my developer life took off, that's related to like uh, that's due to like my engagement in the project Backsal. So in 2011 I was engaged in a project called Backsal. So and uh, within this Backsal project, it seems like very small project, but it has a huge impact on me. Uh, so that impact was related to the valid move check. So first part was related to like checking of valid move. So in Baksal game, I think most of us as a Nepali knows to play the Baksal game. If not, we have wait like I have this system live. We'll be showing this part as well. So it's a the first part is related to checking of valid move, and then another is related to play logic. So play logic is totally related to the AI and like AI means like the boat play. So I was able to like dive into the uh, field of AI due to this play logic. Uh, and another is related to live interaction and chat. So with live interaction with chat, like there was like more and more space to like go through it. So here are some like part related to like valid move. So valid move means like creating logic. How can we create a logic in the code, in the programming to like play from one point to another play point. Another is like problem solving. So how we can like move, how we can display the content in the HTML page or like a canvas. How we can move like the goat part from one point to another. So there were like different problem solving technique that I learned due to this value mode check. So another is like debugging and troubleshooting. So like every time we used to get some issues or like and our like debugging kind of things like debugging capability, like our capacity was increased due to like this troubleshooting and debugging done in this project, and like iteration cycle in development. So there was like multiple iteration cycle, that update cycle we performed in this. So this all made my like developer life go like into like into the new height. So another is related to the live interaction with chat. So it's like live play with chat. So while playing, if we had a chat, it will be like more interactive. And another is like private and public and private chat. So we can have private chat with a specific person, or we can have public chat room, and then we can post a message and everyone can see, or everyone can contribute for the chat. Another is related to user engagement and interaction. So many people can be engaged at once for this play. And then we also started another part called competitions, which was also like one of the major takeoffs um, for me, like due to like working with competitions, like managing the sponsors, managing the schedules, managing the rounds, managing the players, registering players. So there are multiple things related to competition. So this took to like a next height. Another is like possibility of many other enhancement and features. Like we can, there was like many enhancement related to these things. So yeah, and now coming to site, it's currently live on baksal.mshrestha.com.np. If you go and open this site, you will find the site, and you can play with computer as a good as a bug. So and another and there is also like a live games. You can see the details of. And another is also like Baksal.net is also live. So this is also our like a live platform, and Baksal.net so is like hosted from like my personal repo. So it might not have like more data, but yeah, it's the live site. So this was about like my next project. And another related to like competitions. So we can see like we have worked on like competitions, online Paksal competitions. There is another second competition, third competition. First competition was like resolved, and like within the competition we have description, participants, prizes, like winner with like runner up, and like first runner up, second runner up. There were like 16 participants. The final game was held on 16th August, and like third place, semi-final, quarter final. There were a round of games. So we were able to manage all these things within this. So this took me to like new height of my development life career. So now while doing this, there came another interest, like my hobby. It was my hobby project uh, called using a Raspberry Pi. So I uh, I- like this small story, like my like sister in Germany. So my sister in Germany like asked me to like give a gift for me. So she asked to like select the watch. So what kind of watch you want? And then like at that time, like we had just heard about like Raspberry Pi. So and so like I just like rejected watch and like asked her to bring Raspberry Pi with like Amazon. I sent like Amazon link to purchase this Raspberry Pi. That it was like very new term. She was not knowing anything, so I sent like a Amazon uh, URL, and she bought me Raspberry Pi, and like I set up these things in my like local machine, and I was able to. So within Raspberry Pi, there was multiple projects that can be done, but and as a networking interest, I'm just uh, coming here as a networking interest only. So I set up local HTTP server with single site. So I was able to uh, set up a single site in that Raspberry Pi. And again, like within the network, like I was able to host multiple site in multiple port. Means like one port was hosted, Apache was hosted on 80 port. Like my chat server was hosted on 3000 port. Another server was hosted on like Python server was hosted on other ports. I was able to host multiple number of ports. But furthermore, like I found that after doing like a router port forward from router to Raspberry Pi, I could do remote access for it. So using remote access, I was able to set up 100 plus website in a single Raspberry Pi. So this is like a Raspberry Pi, and like this was the Raspberry Pi that I had set up uh, in my room. Like at that time, like there was like some problem related to power cut issue. So it has inverter, it has a battery, it has a router. So within the router, there was a cable connecting Raspberry Pi. So it was like 24/7. And I think I was, uh, and here's like list of Miro server. Like I named it as a Miro server. So I was able to host like more than like 100 plus websites within that Raspberry Pi within this device. Uh, so it's only about HTTP server that I'm talking about. But other than that, I was able to like set up many other server related to like FTP server. Like I was able to store files in that server. I was able to like install, bind and create a DNS server so that I can host my internal website within like Raspberry Pi and host and even route using DNS like port 53. I was able to create a mail server for like SMTP, POP, IMAP server. So I was able to create a email server, and I was able to uh, send or receive any email within Raspberry Pi. But ultimately, after like few years, I think maybe like after 2 or 3 years, the this part was shut down due to like uh, security issue. So now we cannot create a server inside like Raspberry Pi or something, mail server. But I was able to send uh, any kind of like host or domain name from like, this mail server. And another part was related to like torrent server. So I was able to install torrent client within it, and uh, uh, torrent and WebSocket, WebRTC server, and even like I did like crypto mining in Raspberry Pi. So that was also done. So it was my hobby project. So I enjoyed a lot with using this thing. And then another part came here related to like DevOps. So, so what is DevOps? DevOps was very like new term. We try to start things in DevOps. So what is DevOps? So we Googled DevOps, but we didn't find the exact way what DevOps is. So DevOps is just about automating things. What is meant by automating things? Like sending uh, sending like a push commit in Docker and deploying them automatically. So in our like CI/CD, so like I found that way, and I tried to learn other tools, but I was not able to do it from my side. It was very like hard for me to figure out what actually DevOps is. So I need to do this on my own way. As I was a developer, so I did it in my developer's way. So what I did is I set up a GitHub webhook and create an endpoint called slash pull. So if any slash pull or slash deploy, so hemsister.com.np and slash deploy. So if we just like send the URL or like slash deploy, then the endpoint automatically executes git pull origin master using like PHP script. So what it does is it pulls the latest code from the GitHub, and then our like deployment is achieved over there. So it became like one of like very favorite way for doing like CI/CD using a simple GitHub webhook and an endpoint. So this was our like developers way, and I tried to like go through the containerization. So we heard about like I heard about like Docker, Jenkins, and then I tried to learn this. But like Jenkins was also one of similar thing that we did earlier, uh, like executing webhook, GitHub webhook, and executing some other than Git pull origin master, we can write custom script over Jenkins. That was one way. And for the Docker part, yeah, I struggled a lot to learn about Docker. So I heard Docker nearly about like 2 years. After 2 years, like I tried to learn Docker every day, but I was not able to learn it. It was very hard for me to learn about Docker. So I asked like many professionals about like how to learn the Docker. But I lastly what I got is Docker means it's a running of a container. Docker is just about running of a container. So just learn about Docker run command. So how container runs, just learn about that, then you'll know about Docker. So, and then with that motivation, so I started exploring Docker, and then I was able to learn the Docker in 1 week after 2 years with only one motivations. That is due to like Docker run. So that was also one of like best favorite things that I have known about like Docker. So I try to explore over here. So on that part, and like and after those time, like the GitHub Actions and GitLab runners were also introduced, and we were able to figure out like how GitHub Actions and GitLab runners works, and then like we are a bit more familiar with DevOps. So now I become like more or less a bit known about DevOps. So now again, after getting all those things, so we found that there are lot and lot of tools within DevOps. So DevOps is not only about like CI/CD or something, but there are lot more things related to this. So we need to learn more and more things. We got to know that like DevOps is not only related to one things, but it's related to learning of multiple tools and multiple things. So we start learning things, and then we went on and on learning things related to DevOps. And then while learning things, there came a word called Kubernetes, and the Kubernetes was totally like new things for everyone. Like it's totally completely new system and new concept. So it's kind of operating system of networking system similar to OS on PC. So why I'm writing here like OS on PC is OS was like in PC was discovered in late 90s, and then after like 90s, like in the 2000, the PCs were uh, share like worldwide. It was like it was very much popular. The PC personal computer was like very much popular after inventing and using the OS on the PC. So and another part is OS on mobile. So previously in mobile there was like Nokia mobile, which was just an embedded system. And after implementing OS on mobile by like Android and the iOS, so it bloomed. The mobile market bloomed after implementing OS on mobiles. And another is related to OS on embedded system. So I already talked about embedded system, that is like Raspberry Pi. So previously there were like Arduino, like microcontrollers. They were just some like IC or embedded system. But within that embedded system, when OS was introduced, the Raspberry Pi market also bloomed. Okay? So uh, it was like within the pocket size, within the fish hand fish size, it was able to do anything computing things. So uh, this from the market. So similarly, Kubernetes is also OS of networking system. So what will happen in coming days? So it's just to compare. Like it's the OS. You can do anything. So you can automate deployment, scaling, and management. You can do all the management within the Kubernetes. And the Kubernetes always starts with the container. So if you are not aware of Docker, then you cannot start Kubernetes. So the big part is containers. So it's about Kubernetes that I learned in from like very like top like 1,000 feet height. So within 1,000 feet height, this was like overall research I have done related to Kubernetes, but still I was not able to figure out what actually Kubernetes is, how actually we can learn the Kubernetes. So uh, furthermore, we came to know that Kubernetes now it's like driven by community. It has like 100,000 plus commits. Uh, it's on over here 119,151 commits since last 3 or 4 years. There is like 3,500 direct contributors. It's like 3,543 contributors working for Kubernetes only. And last commit is like 30 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, 1 hour ago. So it's updated every hour, like every minute. Someone is working on the Kubernetes, and there are like 38,000 repo forks on Kubernetes. So this is like actual Kubernetes community what is doing. And there's also like another community organization called CNCF, which is working as umbrella organizations. And almost all cloud provider provides Kubernetes. So till now, like and most of like actual thing is related to plug and play support. So plug and play means it's OS. OS means OS. If there is OS, it is always plug and play. We can create it uh, on manifest, you can create your own deployment, you can create your own custom resource, and you can like implement it, and like you can install anything within Kubernetes. So uh, it becomes like it becomes Kubernetes. But it's still till now we have a very we are very like unknown about like what actually happens inside Kubernetes. So how to learn Kubernetes. So I have struggled a lot. Like there is like a lot more struggles to learn the Kubernetes, and like while going through all of these things, uh, like even the basic auto scaling requirement, the configurations, the setups, the scaling part. The CSTD process, all things are like totally different, and uh, they are very complex, and we need a very like highly dedicated personnel to like work as a Kubernetes. So now, as these challenges were there in the industry, we figure out how we can like contribute to the communities. So uh, we started a campaign, or we started to think like how this can be made like easier and like make available for everyone, how we can make Kubernetes available for everyone. So here came a zero one cloud. So what zero one cloud does is it reduces significant time for any individual or organizations to roll out any applications on any clouds platform. So it means like zero one cloud all works on the top of Kubernetes, or it doesn't do anything beyond Kubernetes. So it is all about Kubernetes. But what it does is it directly like it can reduce significant time for any individual or organization. Sorry, or anyone can deploy anything within the zero one cloud platform, and that is done over the Kubernetes, and you can directly see like what is happening on Kubernetes, and it's open, and Kubernetes, as Kubernetes we have already discussed, Kubernetes is a very open platform and open source platform, and you can contribute over it. And like our main motto over here is like DevOps to no ops. It means like a user can we are trying to uh, get rid of DevOps, but don't be like sad. Like we are here, like all the DevOps are over here. But what we'll do is we'll provide service to all all other people who like who can just who can afford. Everyone can. Our main motto is to everyone should afford Kubernetes to deploy like any applications on any cloud. So without help of any DevOps or their organization, we can help them to deploy Kubernetes. This like our motto. So in like a very much everyone knows like we are like working as a DevOps, and like we are trying to figure all the all with the help of DevOps and DevOps engineers and SRE team, like we're able to like bring this product out. And like over here, like Kubernetes, all the features of the Kubernetes, the features of Kubernetes are now on the tip of mouse. So it means like within just a click, you are able to like host any, like you are able to use any resource or any features of the Kubernetes by just a click of a mouse. So you don't have to like think of what will happen or like what things, or if you are aware of Kubernetes, you can customize yourself or customize yourself with a simple form, or like using a simple click, you can do everything by yourself. So it's about Kubernetes, all features. So due to zero one cloud, like we are like working on zero one cloud since like last 3 years to like make this happen. And like within this, like all the Kubernetes feature should be our main motto is to bring all the Kubernetes feature into the tip of our mouse. So it's our like main motto. And finally, due to this, like it's powered by like CNCF, so due to all these features, we are on KubeCon. So we are on KubeCon on North America 2023 for November 6th to 9th, which will be held on Chicago, Illinois. Uh, yes, so due to this product, like we are here, and like we'll continue our journey, Kubernetes journey with these kinds of things. So it's uh, yeah, it's my end of slide. So any questions or anything from anyone? Yeah, anyone can have their questions, because like I just uh, told my journey like just a very in a basic uh, uh, in a basic way, like it's a uh, we need to like complete it on like specific time. So according to that, like we are here. So if anyone wants to like get more detail on them, like we can have like more discussion related to it. And even like there is a according to this, like uh, yeah, I told earlier, like learning this was very learning of the initial things was very like exciting to me, and like I was able to, okay, even for this about us, okay, not this about us, if we go to like home page, so there is like uh, help page. So I like wrote this help by myself, all in like notepad. Even like all this project was like written in notepad only. So notepad means, and even like there is some many topics which are like still not updated here. So I have done this, and like this all project was written on notepad, but due to like even in within this notepad, uh, it doesn't have it has only single color, and it doesn't have control Z, like in notepad. Without control Z and without with help of notepad, I build all this like project, and which is like available here. Okay, even like I like the one type Nepali example, so I wrote like I added this example. This can be like easy for like all uh, mm, all like librarians for here. So this is about like library management system, and another part is related to like backsell project. As I told, like here are like recent games. We can see all the games like won by Vishal. So we can see all the details of games. Uh, okay, Vishal versus computer. So how they like played. We can see like how they played the game. Like, going through like each of these steps are recorded over here, and even like if you go to like home page, uh, so there's another like uh, section here for like a Raspberry Pi. So here are like this most of like all websites. So all these websites are live. Like if we go to like any URL, I think okay, I have like redirect on the same. It's their own site, but like the content is same. So currently it's shipped individually over here. So like other website also. This is mine. Uh, okay, this much. And like further, lastly, I think we are all known about the Zero One Cloud. So there's like a conference uh, in the top of our like zeroonecloud.com website. There is a student conference, and you can see we can click on this URL and you can see like what conference are going over here. So it's like November 6 to 9. So I think every person can like go to this site and see the live events over there. I think it was my journey to like to
Yeah,
go.
thanks, Em. Maybe you probably need to share more information on Bakchal. How did you implement in next couple of sessions? So that will be interesting. Like what kinds of algorithm you have used and how did you implement those stuff? It will be good for every one of us. It's a good journey and very impressive.
Okay, so like I have this implemented like the basic part for myself for valid move check and like interaction part only. But yeah, we will have like more sessions related to it. How this inspired me on taking like new height of development. Yes, so okay, thank you, sir. So okay, so any more questions from anyone? Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you for the time.
Many thanks to M sir for this incredible presentation. I trust that everyone found it highly instructive and motivating. So before concluding the show, I'd like to reveal our presenter for next week. Our presenter will be Mr. Lasmikant Kande, our talented project manager at Berryvines, who is going to be presenting on the evolution of web frontend. With that being said, I'd like to thank you all for joining us both online and in person. We'll meet next Friday at the same time. Till then, have a great week. Thank you.